Question number 1. The image of point 2 and minus 3 under a translation of 3 units to the left is. Okay, so I have this point. This point contains of x coordinates and y coordinates, right? 2 x coordinates and y 3 coordinates. So let's draw this point here in the coordinates. We have here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is x axis. This is x, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Here 1, 2, 3. This one minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. Okay, now let's draw the point here. So 2, that means x is 2, and 3 minus 3 is the y, so the point will be here. So the point is 2 horizontal and minus 3 vertical. Okay, now this point is saying that the image of this point under a translation of 3 units to the left. 3 units to the left, that means I will move the unit, this point, to the left, this side. Okay, that means I will move 3 units to the left. So I will move 1, 2, 3. So the image of this point is here at minus 1, and it will be the same, minus 3. So if I'm moving to the left or the right, this is right and this is left, so I mean that I move the point through x horizontal, x-axis horizontal. If I'm saying upwards or downwards, so that means I'm changing the y of the point. Okay, so here when I move the point, which is 2 minus 3, 3 units to the left, 1, 2, 3, so that means the image of this point is minus 1, minus 3. So this is the answer. So now let's say that I want to make it in a fast way. So now I have the point is 2 and minus 3. Okay, here is saying the translation of 3 units to the left. What does it mean to the left? That means I have to move 3 units to the left. So all what I do, I will add this 2, and as I'm moving to the left, that means it's minus, right? So I will say 2 minus 3 and minus 3. So 2 minus 3, it would be minus 1 and minus 3. Because here I'm saying I'm moving the point 3 units to the left. So I'm going to the negative side. So that means I'm subtracting the point with the number of units I'm translating on. Okay. Question number 2. The image of point minus 2 and 3. This is a point. This is x and this is y. Under a vertical translation of 2 units upwards is. Okay. Before answer this type of questions, let's say something about this. Now, in the question, if it's saying about left or right, this is left, right, horizontal. Okay, so that means we are talking about x of a point. If it says vertical or upwards or downwards, so that means we are talking about y. Okay, so let's see this question. The image of point minus 2 and 3. We agreed minus 2 is the x and 3 is the y. Now under a vertical translation, so vertical translation, that means we're going to change the y value here, which is 3. Okay, now translation of 2 units, so that means 3 will be changed to 2 units. I don't know, maybe we'll increase going plus 2 units or minus 2 units. So what will make us know this? It is the word after this, which is upwards. Upwards, what means that I will add 2 to the value 3. So it will be minus 2, 5. If this one is upwards, it's saying downwards, that means I will subtract 2 from 3. But here it's saying upwards. Upwards, that means I will add 2 to the point y, which is 3, because here is saying vertical. Okay? So that means the answer here it would be minus 2 and 5. So this is the right answer. Question number 3. The image of, this is the point, 0 and 5. As we said, 0, it will be the x, and 5 is the y. If we draw it like this is the x, okay, and this is the y. Here 0 is x and y is 5, so the point will be here. Okay, now under a translation of 4 units, there's a translation of 4 units to the left. To the left, that means we will talk about the x. So the value of x here will be changed with 4 units. Here is saying to the left, so this is the left, this is the right of x. So left, that means we're going to talk negative. For right, it will be positive. So if I say to the left, so I will subtract 0 from 4. So that means the new value of x, it will be 0 minus 4. 4, this is the translation. And why this sign? Because here we said left. Left, it will be minus. If it's this one is right, so it will be here positive, but here it will be minus. Okay, now here is saying 2 units upwards. 2 units upwards. Upwards, that means we will talk about y. This is upwards, this is downwards. This is up and this is down. So we will talk about y. So upwards, that means it will be positive. Downwards, it will be minus. So that means here, because it's saying upwards, so we'll add 2 units to the value of y, which is 5. So here it would be 5 plus 2. Now 0 minus 4, it will be minus 4. And 5 plus 2, it will be 7. So that means the image of point 0 and 5 and a translation of 4 units and left to the left and 2 units upwards, it would be minus 4 and 7. Okay, now let's do it in the graph. Now I hear the first point is 0 and 5, right? Now he's saying we need to translate 4 units to the left, so it means that x, it would be moved to the left. The x is 0, so we'll move minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. So this is the point. But you have to also move 2 units upwards. That means this unit will go upwards 2 units. So it will be 7 because here it's 5. Okay? Question number 4. In the figure below, CD, this is line CD, okay, is the image of AB. Is the image of AB. Okay? Under translation T. Okay, let's analyze this figure. Now, here is saying CD is the image of AB, so that means point C is image of point A, right? So what is the coordinates of point A here? So it will be here, x, it will be minus 4, and y will be -2. So the point A, the coordinates of point A is -4, which is x. This is -4 and 2, -2. Okay, now to translate to point C, how we will go to point C here? So that means I have to move to the right, then upwards, right? So to move to the right, that means I'm moving horizontal. That means I'm moving the x coordinates will be moved to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the translation is 6 units. And because I'm moving to the right, that means it is positive. So here I will say -4 plus 6. So the new value of x, it will be 2. And this is right. This is 0, 2. This is 2. Okay, now this is the point. Now to go to point C, I have to move upwards with 2 units, 1, 2. And because I'm moving upwards, that means it's plus for y-axis. So here, -2 plus 2, it will give me 0. So that means C, it will be 2 and 0. Yes, 2 and 0, this is right. So that means to go from A to C, I moved 6 units to the right and 2 units upwards. Now, for point B and point D is image of point B, because here it says CD is the image of AB. Now, how to go move point B to point D? Means I have to move also to the right, then upwards. Now, what is the coordinates of point B here? As you see here, it would be -2 and 2. So point P here, it is -2 and 2. Now, to go to move to or go to point D, that means I have to move to the right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have to move also 6 units. And because I'm moving to the right, so it's plus. So plus 6. So -2 plus 6, it is 4. And if you see here, the coordinates of point D, the x coordinates of D, is 4. Yes, that's right, it's 4. Now, after I move to 4, I have to move 1, 2, upwards also. So it will be +2. So it will be 4 and 4. And if we check here, this is the 4 and this is the 4, our point D is here. So I hope now that you understand how to make the translation of points and lines. Now let's answer the question. Fill in the blank and choose the correct option from each drop-down menu to complete the statement below. Now T, which is a translation, can be described of a slide of 6 units. Okay, we already had the 6 units. To the right, yes, we move to the right, and 2 units vertically upwards. Yes, so the answer will be 6 and 2. So the translation, it can be from A to C. I have to move 6 units to the right, then 2 units upwards or vertically upwards. Point B, the same. 6 units to the right and 2 units upwards. Question number 5. Fill in the blank. Given P -1 and 8, this is the x and y coordinates, and Q is 5 and 12, and MN is the image of PQ under translation T. So point M, image of point P, and point N is the image of point Q. If the coordinates of M the image of P are 11 and 4. So the point of M is 11 and 4. Now the coordinates of N are, so I have point P, -1 and 8, and point M, which is the image of P, 11 and 4. And here I have point Q, 5 and 12, and point N is unknown. Now, here let's take the x coordinates for point P and N. Here was -1, then it become 11. So let's here for point P here, it was -1. The x was -1, then moved to 11. So how many units it's moved? -1 to 0, 1, and 11, so it would be 12. So the translation of x equal to 12, because it's the right also. Now here for y coordinates, 8 and 4. So let's say here it was 8 and went down to 4. So how many units moved from 8 to 4? It's 4. So the translation of y equal to 4. So here we will apply this translation to point Q to get the coordinates of N. Now here, for X now, Q is 5. So it will move 12 units to the right, so it will be 17. I will reach the point 17. And here it was 12. And going upwards 4 units, so it will be 8. So the new answer is 17 and 8. Okay. Now fill in the blanks. Question number 6. The image of P is -2 and 5. X is -2 and Y is 5. And the translation of T is, so the image of P and the translation of T, it would be 5 and 2. So let's get the translation from the image of P to B dash, okay? Now here, let's say X now. It was -2 and become to 5. So we'll create coordinates quickly. This -2 and become to 5. So how many units translated? This is from -2 to 0. This is 2 units, then 5. So that means 7 units has been translated to the right. There's the X. So the translation of X to equal to 7. And here for Y, it was 5 and became 2 downwards. So that means moved 3 units, because 5 minus 2 is 3 units. So the translation of Y is 3. And 7 is right, and 3 downwards. Okay? Now let's see here. The image of A and the translation of T is A-1511. So I have a point A, which is unknown. The coordinates unknown. So it's translated with this translation with T, which we got it before, 7 and 3. I reach to the A dash, which is 15 and 11. So what we did here in point P to B dash, we'll apply it to A and A dash. So now when we move for X, point P, X, it was -2 and moved to 5, right? So that means it moved 7 units. Same thing here. That means 5 minus 7, it will get me -2. Here, same thing. 15 minus 7, it will get me 8. Here it was 5 and reached to 2. So that means 5 minus 3 equal to 2. So here, something minus 3 equal to 11. So here it will be 14. So the answer will be 8 and 14. Question number 7. Fill in the blanks with the whole number and choose the correct option from each drop-down menu to make the statement below true. The image of P, 10 and 9, I have P, 0.10 and 9. And the translation of t, which is unknown, is q 17 and minus 10. I have q 17 and minus 10. Okay, now let's get the translation here. Now x, the coordinates x of p, it was 10. So it moved to 17. So that means it's moving to the, if I go the coordinates here, the first point x of p was 10 and moved to 17. So that means I'm going to the right. And the translation, how many units from 10 to 17? 7 units. So translation of x equal to 7. Now, for y now, it was 9 and moved to minus 10. So let's draw it here. It was 9. This is the y-axis. It was 9 and moved to minus 10. So how many units? Here to till 0, it's 9. And 0 to 10 is 10. So it was 19. So the translation of y is 19. So now 7 for x now, it moved right. And for the y-axis, it was downwards. So here the answer will be slide 7 units. This is the x. And move to the right. Okay. Followed by 19 units vertically, which is y-axis downwards from up to down. Okay. Now question number 8. The image of point minus 3 and 7. I have a point minus 3 and 7. Okay. And the translation of 8 units to the right. 8 units to the right means moving positive. So, and 4 units downwards and 4 units downwards. So it will be not minus. So what is the image of the point of this point? So here, let's see. The translation of 8 units to the right. So it will be positive. So I have minus 3 plus 8 units, right? And here it's saying 4 units downwards. So from 7 downwards, so it will be 7 minus 4. This is the translation. So here it will be 5, and here it will be 3. So the answer is 5 and 3. So in the coordinates here, first point it was minus 3 and 7. Let's say this is minus 3 and 7. That is 7, and this is minus 3. Now here is saying 8 units to the right. So 8 units to the right, from minus 3 to 0 is 3 units. So the remaining of 8 is 5 units. So I reach 5. And 7 downwards 4 units. So I go down 4 units. So I reach 3. So the new point will be here. It will be 5 and 3. Okay. Now let's take the second question. The point is 7 and minus 3. Okay. Now under the translation of 4 units to the left. 4 units to the left. So that means I'm moving this side. It will be minus. So 7 minus 4 units. Because I'm moving to the left. Now here. And 10 units outwards. 10 units outwards. So it was before minus 3. So here I have minus 3. And I'm moving 10 units outwards. So it means 3 to the 0. The remaining of 10 would be 7. It would be minus 3. And outwards is plus 10. So here it will be 3. And here it will be 7. So the answer will be 3 and 7. If we draw the coordinates here, it was 7 minus 3. So this is 7 and minus 3, for example, is here. Now it will me translate 4 units to the left. 4 units to the left. So I stopped on 3.3. And here is saying 10 units upwards, so minus 3. I move 3 units, then I go 7 here, so the new point it will be here, which is 3 and 7. Okay. Now fill in the blank. Question number 9. The image of the point minus 5 and 3 under translation 9 units to the right. To the right. So minus 2 units to the right. X, it is minus 5. I'm moving 9 units. So from this one to 0, it's 5. So from 9, it's 4. It will be minus 9, minus 5 plus 9. Because I'm moving right. It's a positive. Okay? And he didn't mention anything about y-axis. He didn't mention that upwards, downwards, vertically. So it will be the same of 3. So minus 5 plus 9 is 4 and 3. So this is the point. Now here, number B, the image of the point 6 and minus 2. Under a translation of 7 units upwards. 7 units upwards, that means going up, so it will be positive. So, and y-axis, so it will be minus 2 plus 7. Anything about x-axis? Horizontal, right, left? No, so it will be the same. So minus 2 plus 7 is 5 and 6. So the new answer is 6 and 5, the new point. Okay.